Hey, have you ever really stopped to think about where your food comes from? I mean, really think about it? Well, today we're going to dive into the amazing world of soil science, and we're going to connect it to something you might not expect, the English language. You're about to see how knowing just a few key English terms can put you right in the middle of a global conversation about our planet's future. So, here's a question for you. Can learning English actually help you grow better food? I know, it sounds a little strange, right? But the answer is a huge yes. You see, all the big talks, the big research about how we can grow more food without harming the planet, that's all happening in English. And if you want a seat at that table, you've got to speak the language. All right, so let's get into it. What's the big problem that everyone's trying to solve? Well, it's a huge one, and it affects every single one of us, from our own local communities to farms on the other side of the world. Okay, here's our first key English phrase, declining soil fertility. It sounds super scientific, but all it really means is that our soil is getting tired. It's losing the good stuff, the nutrients it needs to grow healthy, strong plants. And this is serious. Experts think about a third of all the world's soil is already in bad shape. So what on earth can we do about it? Well, it's not all bad news. Not at all. Just look at this. Over in Uganda, communities are literally rolling up their sleeves and bringing their soil back to life. They're fixing watersheds, those are the areas that drain water, that have been messed up by erosion and nutrient loss. It's just an awesome example of how local people, working together, can make a real global difference. So, how can we be part of the solution? It all starts with understanding the science behind it all. And to do that, we need to get a handle on some really important English terms. Ready? Let's break it down. Let's start with the one we just mentioned, soil fertility. The easiest way to think about this is like a health score for the soil. A soil with a high health score is fertile. That means it has everything a plant needs to grow big and strong. You get high fertility, you get healthy plants, and amazing harvests. Simple as that. Okay, next up, the NPK ratio. Now, this might look like some kind of secret code on a bag of fertilizer, but it's not. It's actually a recipe for a plant's perfect, balanced meal. Those three letters, N, P, and K, tell you the exact mix of the three most important nutrients for plants: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So what's the deal with N, P, and K? Well, think of it like this. Nitrogen, N, is all about growth. It makes plants grow tall and gives them those beautiful green leaves. Phosphorus, P, is for power. It helps build strong roots so the plant can hold on tight and find water. And potassium, K, is for protection. It's like the plant's immune system, helping it stay healthy and fight off diseases. But there's a problem we have to watch out for. It's called nutrient leaching. This is another really important English term. Basically, it's what happens when heavy rain washes all those good nutrients right out of the soil. The plants can't get them, and even worse, those nutrients end up in our rivers and lakes, causing pollution. It's a huge challenge. You know, it's all about finding the right balance. It's kind of like a seesaw. If you have too few nutrients, your plants are going to be weak and small. But if you have too many nutrients, that can be just as bad. It can pollute the water and even harm the plants. The goal is to find that perfect sweet spot right in the middle, where the plants have exactly what they need to thrive. Okay, so we've got the science down. Now let's wade into the big debate. This is one that people get really passionate about: natural versus chemical fertilizers. Which one is actually better? The answer? Well, it might actually surprise you. In this really heated debate between organic and chemical, science has a pretty clear message for us. And that message is, plants can't tell the difference. And here's why. Plants are, believe it or not, super picky eaters. They can only absorb nutrients in one very specific, simple form. So it doesn't matter if the nutrient comes from natural compost or a chemical fertilizer. The natural stuff has to get broken down by tiny microbes in the soil into that exact same simple form before the plant can use it. Pretty wild, right? Now, this is where knowing English gives you a real superpower in a scientific conversation. You can use phrases like these to sound like a pro. For instance, you could say, "In my view, organic fertilizers are better for long-term soil health." Or you could argue, "According to the data, chemical fertilizers deliver nutrients much faster." And using "on one hand" and "on the other hand" shows you get both sides of the story. So what's your view? So, what does this all mean for you and your future? We've talked about the problem, we've looked at the science, and we've even waded into the debate. Now let's talk about how you can be part of the solution. and how English is your ticket to get there. The future of farming is already here, and honestly, it is so cool. We're talking about mind-blowing new tech, like nanofertilizers that deliver nutrients with laser-like accuracy, or biofertilizers that use living microbes to feed plants. The whole game is changing, and it's all about growing more food with less waste and putting farmers right at the heart of the solution. And this is what that future looks like. You have global science creating incredible new technologies, and those innovations are making a real impact right down at the local level, helping communities grow healthier food. It's this amazing connection between big ideas and everyday life. So how do you get in on this? Look, here's the bottom line. When you can understand the science and you can talk about it in English, you're not just a student in your town anymore. You become a global citizen. You open up this door to work with international teams and companies that are literally creating the future of food. The opportunity is massive. So, I'm going to leave you with this one big thought. You have these two incredibly powerful tools right at your fingertips, the tool of science and the tool of language. Think about the impact you could have, the change you could be a part of. With these skills, what global problem will you solve? The future really is in your hands.